right. Good morning. Good morning, team. Good morning. I am on location again this morning. I am in Greensboro, North Carolina. Let me know if my volume is coming through. How is my sound? If you don't mind, Lance, letting me know as I quickly get my charts together. So weekly, we're still up on the weekly. Now we're looking at the daily. We have a gap down on the daily. Okay. Good volume. Thank you, Lance. What a huge drop. What a huge drop we experienced yesterday. Very interesting. Okay, brother. That's what it is.
Have a great day. God bless you.
You too, brother. God bless you now. And don't forget that thing is at 1 o'clock.
Okay. Ooh, they just said that too long.
Okay, also today, guys, we have a report coming out at 10 o'clock. There's also the 10-year at 1 o'clock. Just want to be mindful of what's happening in today, in the market today. We see some controlled buying right now. Any thoughts? Any ideas? Big Vision and View, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Good morning. Currently looking at this gap down that we had from yesterday. Wondering if anybody has any thoughts they might want to share with the team. So far, we do have buyers in control this morning. We've also been able to identify that buying algo. We do have market structure intact. I think the retrace back to the same where it opened. I think this retraces back to where it opens. Thank you for that. And I can absolutely see that if we do break out of this controlled selling, this controlled buying, this could be used as liquidity to bring the market price back lower. I want to take a peek at yesterday in this area, see how the market responded. We don't want to force it for sure. We want to focus on who's in control using the algos. But I can definitely see it retracing right back to where it opened from. That is a great possibility, especially considering this huge gap down that we had. Mm-hmm. Expect resistance here at the 516.3, and that's exactly what's happening. Well, I'll put that line there right now. You can expect a little resistance right here. This is the 50% mark of this downward, of this gap down move. The bears have to defend this line. This is the only reason why I'm not talking about a call yet. At least 50% back. Yep, I agree. At least 50% back. The bears have to defend the 5-16-4. The bulls have to get it past the 5-16-4. And also keep in mind, we do have a report coming out at 10 o'clock as well. So the more patient we are, the more edge comes to us. And we've identified the area. We have absolutely identified the area that there's going to be a discussion. Again, keep in mind, I said we have that. Looking for rejection at the 5-16-4. I definitely agree with you there, Lance. I had that line. This is that line right here, the 5-16-4 line right above it. Looking for some bear presence here in this 5-16-4. Definitely going to take a step back, look at the 30-minute chart as well here. The next following 30-minute chart. We are still in this controlled buying. I do like a 5-17 put. Will absolutely wait though. I'm gonna wait for that 10 o'clock report. Let's see what effect, if any, that has on the market. Continuing to break out. There's that rejection you was looking for, Lance. I want to be a little more patient myself and wait, because we are green for today. We're green for the week. We're green for the day. So let's keep that in mind as well. And realize that if a put does present itself, that is probably a scalp opportunity. Yes, we have gapped up in our green on the week. And even though we had a little gap down, we're green on the day and we have closed. We are attempting to close the gap. And thank you guys for sharing what your thoughts were, what your ideas were. I do appreciate that. $10 report getting ready to come out, guys. I do see overhead resistance at the 516.6, which is why I also haven't mentioned the call. I see very heavy bearish action in this area. which is why I have it marked off with this box here. Mm-hmm. 10 o'clock. Lance said buy a put on green. I do not know, Lance. I don't like the calls at this area. And I don't like the puts right now at this area either. Because we're green on the week, green on the daily, green on the 30-minute candle with a very solid elephant green bar. However, this has been a nice liquidity that has been built on the way up. We do have some overhead rejection here, possibly taking a put out of this area. But I don't want to be the first. I don't want to be the first bears. The first bears are going to get squeezed, as we saw in here and here. Way too early. These bears got squeezed. We are now at a very valid place to take a put. It's an absolute valid place right here to take a put, as we have this rejection from this support area, this resistance area. The gap has been closed also. It's a valid area, but I don't like it either. I want to get in the habit of waiting just a little bit longer, so I can clearly see someone is in trouble. If we don't clearly see someone in trouble, we are in trouble. I absolutely agree. Staying safe is safer. Walaikum assalam, Brother Hamza. Thank you for joining us. Brother Hamza is in the building. Feel free to share your game plan if you have one yet. If you don't have one yet, that's completely understandable with what's going on right now. We've had a gap down, very bullish action this morning out of the gate. However, we have reached an area of resistance in this 516.6. We've also just had a 10 o'clock report come out as well. And it's never about the news. It's only about how the market responds to the news. And we are at the topper part of the algo. We're at the upper part of this controlled buying algo. Staying safe is safer. I do agree. And see, that's also, you could clearly see this rejection that is currently up here, guys. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Still that area, but I just don't like it. Not yet. Close though, real close. But of course, we want to look at the risk versus reward. We're only talking about 40 cents right now from taking a put at this area to VWAP. So, if anything, I look at VWAP as a potential retracement for bulls to probably add to their size. Plenty of room to go down, so it's better to wait for selling continuation. I absolutely agree. So much so, I even have my alarm set for the 5:15 too. But in order to take this up, the bulls do need some liquidity. So this could very well come down. The question is, though, is it coming down just to build liquidity for the bulls to take it back higher? I'll just wait for a deeper retracement. I like that though, but I want to wait. I don't want to be the first bears. Again, she's green on the week, green on the day, green on the 30-minute. Currently red in this candle, but I believe this is a trap, and I want to avoid it. I have no problems not taking a trade at all. And this is exactly why you didn't hear me mention a put in this area, because I thought that this was a trap. I thought this was a trap by the bulls to bait early bears and get them squeezed to use as liquidity to go higher. So I wanted to avoid the trap. So grateful we were able to see that, identify that, and avoid it. That's to be expected. As VWAP, if you're short above VWAP, you have to cover above VWAP. Shout out Bow, shout out Alex. Savage Skills TV, how do you know when it's a trap versus not a trap? Thank you for the question and thank you for joining us. We do appreciate you and we thank you for that question. Okay, what I was looking at to determine if it is a potential trap is the overall control of the market. On the weekly, the bulls are in control. Let me show that here. Let's use these lines here. Okay, on the weekly chart, the bulls are in control. We did have those nice 3 weeks of retracement, and then the last 2 weeks we've really had some very strong bullish action. So this week we've actually gapped up, okay, and I've highlighted where we gapped up with this big block yellow. So if we come underneath this big block yellow, that means that the bulls have lost control of the candle for the week. So right now the bulls are in control for the week. And then I go to the daily chart and I see that so far today the bulls are in control for today. Even though we had a very nice doji at the top with a sufficient gap down. Okay, but in pre-market, that gap down was bought all the way back up. Let's go here and look at pre-market action. So we had the gap down, but in pre-market, the gap was bought all the way back up, and then in market open, it was brought back up as well. However, it was brought back to this area where we've identified some overhead resistance. Okay, so it's because of this overhead resistance that we don't feel comfortable taking a call, because you have bears that are here lurking. There's a lot of liquidity that the bulls can use to take the price higher. In order for that to happen, bears would have to be put in an uncompromising position and then be forced to cover. So that did start happening here. So now if I'm a bull, I'm thinking, how do I get the price higher? Well, I set a trap. I allow the bears to think that it's coming down. I actually allow it to break out of the buying algo. Okay, so it has broken out of this buying algo, but I said this could potentially be a false breakout, breakdown, and a trap, because the bull's goals is to get the price higher. And in order to get it higher, okay, you have to have bears who got in short positions. Their short positions are not working out. So when bears who are in short positions that are not working out have to cover, they buy. Bears covering is buying, which caused the price to go up. That is exactly what bulls would want to happen, so they could jump on their back and take it even higher to get us above this 516.6. So if you're a bull right now, your target is above the 516.6. How can you get it above that way? You have to build liquidity. You have to go deep down and allow these bears to think that the market is turning, okay, to trick them, to get them into covering, to force the market back up. Additionally, we are looking, that's on the line chart. Additionally, here on the 5-minute chart, we had a beautiful area of rejection, but looking at the candles coming up to a very big body bull candles, very big body bull candles, until we got to this area of resistance, which was naturally. We have a retracement, but on this retracement here, you're going to find bulls who want to add to their position. You're going to find bulls who missed this run and want to get into this run. You're going to find bulls who want to bait bears to get these bears to cover, because if these bears have to cover, the market is going to shoot right past this 516, this 516.7. If we look up on level 2 right now, 516.5 is the area the bears are holding. Let's go to level 2. These are the sellers. These are the buyers. The 516.5 is the line in the sand. If these buyers can get this above the 516.5, it will force these. Let's go ahead and identify them. I'm going to show you where the liquidity is going to come from. These bears right here to cover. So if you were a bear, let's say you were a bear, the market came to resistance, you saw a doji, you saw the market starting to trade beneath it, you know, coming towards the bottom of the buying algo, potentially breaking it. You might say, okay, I might want to go ahead and join this to the downside. So if you were a bear, you would have to ask yourself, where would the price have to go in order for me to stop out? Where would it need to go for me to take profits? Down here. Where would it go for me to stop out, meaning that I'm wrong? Well, it would need to come right back up here to the 516.5. You see the bulls right here at the 516.3, 516.5. They're trying to hold it. 516.5. If we get over this 516.5, we're going to jump and blow right through this 516 resistance. So in order for that to happen, they needed these bears to cover. These bears covering will be buying. That will take the price potentially higher. So that's why I didn't want to get involved in a put here, because I was using myself in the mind frame of a bull. How can I get the price to go higher? Well, I need to trap some bears. I need to allow the bears to think the price is going to go low, allow the bears to get into some put positions, bring the price back above that 516.5, then get them to squeeze. Their squeezing will take us right over this resistance area, and then the goal will be to turn this from resistance to support. I hope that was a decent explanation. It was to the best of my ability currently. Now, one thing that I can say, Savage Skills, is that ultimately no one knows anything. We can only see what the market is showing us and then have the ability to identify traps when we see them and avoid them. And what you're seeing right now is exactly what I explained to you. And these guys, they're getting caught right now and they're starting to cover. And that's why the market price now is attempting to blow through this 516.7. That was the trap from the bulls. And again, thank you for being here. And thank you for the question, which gave me an opportunity to explain and point out the potential trap. Now, we can't forget that there's still heavy bearish presence in this area. There is still heavy bearish presence in this area. But right now, with that successful trap, that is the result that I was talking about. These bears are covering. Their covering is taking the market higher. Now, on on the flip side, we probably should have joined them. I was, I was so busy explaining it to you. I didn't take the trade myself. Because that's also Savage Skills where we like to trade. We like to trade where somebody is covering. Because we know when they cover, they're slamming the button. They're they're slamming the button, slamming it to get out of the market. So whenever the bears have to cover, the market is going to shoot up. Whenever the bulls have to cover, the market is going to shoot down. Whenever you find them in an uncomfortable position where they either want to take profits or cover, that's where we want to be. Thank you for for the like button, Lance, and for everyone else who has hit the like button. We're a team here. We all have the same goals to be consistently profitable day traders. So all the comments help, all the questions help. It's my voice that we hear, but we are definitely a team. Everyone has a position to play, and I'm grateful that we're on it together. Now let me try to see where a trade is, because we missed that call. You missed that call. But it's not a problem, because the market will always present an opportunity to make some profit. Mm, nice one. We had a good continuation also on the 30-minute. She went from red to green. So that's where we could have entered, but we will wait for another opportunity. We missed that one. Back to this controlled buying. Let's go ahead. Okay. Right back to the controlled buying. And the market right now is attempting to turn this area into support. But also with the clearing up of the algos, you can see the market price respecting the buying algo, the bottom of it, the top of it. Again, this is an area that was resistance that is attempting to be turned into support. Again, this is an area where the bears are present as well and continuing to be squeezed. We're at the top of the algo now. Very interesting to see what happens here. If it breaks out, no worries. We have a pre-market high of 517. $517.8 rather, to be clear. 517.8 is our pre-market high. And even with this action that is taking place right now this morning, we're between the 515.3 and the 517. A lot of range still left on the SPY. Interesting. We're at the top of the controlled buying algo with a textbook shooting star. We're just preparing, taking our times. We do have a new 30-minute candle. Let's take a look and see what that is looking like now as well. We do want to pay attention to our 30-minute candles. And we are at the top of the buying algo. As our teammate Charles Cool would say, wait for the bigger move. There is a bigger move coming. Alrighty, Hamza said, no, be me. Pocket message. Thank you, Hamza, for the cryptic message to be patient. That means be patient. It means stay on the sidelines and allow the charts to keep developing. There's no obligation to trade. The advantage is that we have no obligation to trade. Big banks and institutions with hundreds of millions and billions under management have to trade no matter what the market is doing. Yourself and myself, we can wait for ideal opportunities to present themselves when edge is present for us. Only then will we execute. Until then, we are patient. And thank you, Hamza, for that cryptic message. We've identified the algos. The market is responding and acting in its algo. We saw an earlier false breakdown to snatch early bears and use them as liquidity. We're getting a break and retest right now, currently. We're doing a great job avoiding the nonsense, not becoming the liquidity, not being the one in trouble. I'm gonna go grab me a cuppa, but today my cuppa is gonna be some water. I actually try to get in about a gallon of water a day. I actually buy it by the gallon and drink it out of the gallon. That way I can measure what I'm doing. That which is measured gets managed. That which is measured gets managed. So I'm able to manage my water intake throughout the day, make sure that I am hydrated just in case the market tries to stretch me out. This channel provides so much value. I try to show up every single day, and when you're not live, I'm upset. Wow. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you are a great part of that. You are a part of that. We're all a part of that equally. So shout out to everyone here on the channel where Lance says we take the best and leave the rest. And I have to be honest with you. I don't like it, but I don't show up either. If you can see me behind the scenes throwing a fit. But there are days like today where we do have a nice slow grind up. There is a slow grind up. There was that break and retest that just took place as well. Thank you, Dr. J. Good time to ask for a like. And we have structure. We do have structure. And if anybody have any trade ideas that they would like to share, we are grinding up, but I just can't see where to get in a call at currently. With us being at the 517 right now, having some more resistance at the 517.8. Exact same thing happened here again. Exact same thing. We had the shooting star, which is a bearish reversal signal. You then have some early bears go ahead, jump into that, forgetting about the fact that resistance was going to turn into support, hit that resistance, bounced out of that hit that support, bounced out of that very hard, and then these bears got squeezed. The exact same move. Let's take a look at the handy dandy line chart, and she has proper structure. What I mean when I say proper structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This was the break in structure earlier that trapped the bears, brought them back in. Again, higher high, higher low, keeping with the structure of an uptrend. Great investment opportunity, not so good trading opportunity as of yet. Looking at the 30-minute chart, very solid move out of the gate. And then we had a red candle to start off our second 30-minute. And that red candle went from red to green. Our third 30-minute candle started red as well, came down to what was once resistance, acted as support, and is now bouncing off of that, continuing with this buying algo. Hmm. Mm, mm. Wow. 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 I saw that potentially happening too. With the break of this algo. I saw that potentially happening too. I did. I saw it potentially happening. 17 to 6. We're not going to chase it though. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Pink 516. The market is doing what the market is supposed to do. Back to yesterday's close. Yep. So the trade you missed, do you enter while it's breaking a level? Where would that entry have been? Was it because the bears were covering? Okay. When you heard me with that excitement, let me tell you what I did. I'm gonna actually replay it. I maximized the 30-minute chart. And then I said, let me try to find some algos on the 30-minute chart to see where this might be trying to break at. And so I then went and shift and put that on line chart like this. And then I came and grabbed this here and came down just like that. Okay. And that then put it back on candle. And that's how I was able to see that breakout there. But I didn't, I saw it coming, but it's okay because, like I said, we still had overhead resistance with the 517.8. That's pre-market high. Okay. And even from this move here, from that 517 to where it is now, is only 50 cents on the actual SPY price. So that may be 17 cents, between 15 and 20 cents on the stock option price. So not a big move yet. But I was just in awe at how clearly that when it broke out, she just jumped, you know. That was to be expected. Also, the resistance at the 517.8 is to be expected as well, which is why we got here to the 517.8. And you found some bears there yesterday, and here they are. Yesterday's bears in this area, defending this 517.8 area. Now there is another potential move up to the 519 if we can get over the 517.8. So I would like to potentially look for a move potentially above the 517.8, or maybe even a breakdown from the 517.67 out of this buying algo, a break of it. Again, now this is the 30-minute chart that I'm looking at now. Kind of like that. And we're at the top of the algo, so for her to come down is to be expected as well. Now, the key thing is the exact same thing going to happen? That has happened 3 times before. Are we going to get bear retracement and then a squeeze? Bear retracement, then a squeeze, bear retracement, then a squeeze, bear retracement. Again, this to be expected because it's taking place at the top of the algo. As we've seen many times before, The only question is, will she stay in this controlled buying or will she break out of this buying? Interesting. She's green on the week. She's green on the day. She's green on the 30-minute chart. So let's keep that in mind as well. Me, I think it's going to be a no trade morning for me. I do plan to come back and look this afternoon. I do plan to come back and look this afternoon. Allow a little bit more, I don't know, allow something else to be built. But I'm not getting a clear area, and that's not a problem. I'm not going to force anything. I'm going to allow the market to keep developing. We do know right now that the bulls are in control. It's a bullish week. It's a bullish day. And the bulls have been baiting the early bears all day. They did it once, they did it twice, they did it 3 times, attempting to do it now. And this one did not even have a deep retracement. Previous retracements came all the way to the bottom of the algo. Previously even broke the bottom of the algo. And now we're not coming to the bottom. This was even shorter. Let's back up. Look at it in a larger time frame. Now, when we back up and combine yesterday's action with today, it gives you a little bit more peace of mind that we haven't really missed anything yet. Even yesterday, you can see this consolidation in the morning, had a small move here, and then consolidation all the way until 130. Here's our textbook trade from us right here. Coming off this beautiful green candle, doji, trade below the doji. So sometimes it's just what it takes, guys. Sometimes it takes a while for a clean pattern to present itself. But this was a break and a retest. So we did call that break and retest out. When we were at the 516.8 area, that was an area of resistance for us. The market went to it, broke it, came back, retested it, and then broke out from it, and is now at the 517.6. So that was an opportunity as well, Savage, that we could have taken with that break and retest. We called it out, we just didn't take it. But again, I don't offer signals. I offer an explanation on what the market is doing. I don't offer financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a teammate, part of a team, and we just call out what we see that could help each other trade better. Everyone is responsible for their own trades, but we all are responsible to look out for one another and point out things that we might not see. And again, we see the market, we've identified the algo, and the price is respecting the algo perfectly. Look at this, guys. We've gone past 11. Yes, I know. But I want to see if we can potentially get a break down before I get off. There's a 1 o'clock bond report. Anyone else getting pushed back? 11 through 13 bond auction. Yep. So 1 o'clock bond auction. So maybe that might have some effect. It's always Hamza, if what you need to do is when that happens, you need to just exit and then reopen it, because if you've done something else on your phone and come back to the live, it'll add a delay. And when you do that, just click out of that and then just come back to it, and you'll be right back to the 3-second delay. Yes, we do have a bond auction report coming at 1 o'clock as well. Yeah. That's what I just told him, Dr. J. Just close YouTube and come back on. The market is at the bottom of the buying algo. I would really want to see something on the 30-minute to convince me. Potentially a break below the 516.9. Other than that, we've seen how trappy the market can be. We saw it earlier here when the 30-minute candle started off red and went green. We saw it in the third 30-minute candle where it started off red and went green. So for this candle to start off red, it's only history repeating itself. I do thank everyone for tuning in. I do thank everyone for being safe this morning. I don't believe anyone took a loss today. Grateful for that. In fact, I don't even think I want to use the word loss anymore on this channel. I want to use lesson. I don't think anyone took a little lesson today. Learned a little lesson today, because we like to take our losses, turn them into lessons to take us to the next level. But unfortunately and fortunately, there were no minor lessons today. Just observation, and our observation allowed us to be safe. We did blow one. Well, I did rather. I missed an opportunity at the 5.16.8 with the break and the retest. But I don't mind missing that because I didn't have confidence in that being a big move, because I knew of the overhead resistance here at the 5.17.8 where I have this line at, and where the market is retracing also from the top of this selling algo. This is looking better. Not convinced yet. Not convinced yet. But it is looking better. Again, everyone, please be safe. I myself will give the market some more time. Okay? And let's go back to the 30-minute as I get ready to close. Even if we do get a red candle here, that's not going to entice me. What I would like to see is a continuation candle. That continuation candle will then start putting pressure on these bulls. Think about this as I get ready to go. If you are a bull today, you're up You're making money. You're up possibly $2 in your position from the 5.15.2 to the 5.17.2. Where in this would you, why do I only see one like my screen? Where if you were a bull, would you say it is time for me to start taking some profits? I don't want to give too much profits back. So you want to identify on the chart, if you were a bull, what area would you possibly start giving some profits back? And to me, I see that as the 5.16.5. The 5.16.5 area. I'm being alerted at the 5.16.9, but a possible trade at the 5.16.5, as that will look a little bit like this. We would get a close. We would get a close potentially here. And then have a continuation candle like so. This is where the money will be for me. Okay. On a 30-minute candle. So this is what I would like to see to potentially get in a put. I would like to see the 30-minute candle close below the 5.16.9. Then I would like to see a continuation candle where I could possibly get in below the 5.16.5. There's definitely going to be a back and forth move here, but successfully the bulls will start covering, taking some of their profit off of the board. Not that it's a reversal, not that these bulls are stopping out. This is just an area where the bulls could potentially take profit. If I don't see that, then I'm not going to entertain a put. So even as I go and look for the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock action, I want to see a close below the 5.16.7. Then I want to see a continuation through the 5.16.5. That for me will be an indicator to potentially take a put. With that being the case, then I'm going to set that alarm at the 5.16.7. So I have an alarm set at the 5.16.7. That is a put alarm to potentially look for potential put setup. Just wanted to share that with you guys before I get off. Other than that, I see a potential call above this 5.17.8 line, as that will put pressure on all the bears that I highlighted earlier, here, here, and here, and get them to cover, and then take it from the 5.18 to the 5.19. So that is what I see for a potential call. Another break and retest. And there will be plenty of liquidity, as liquidity is being created right here, right now. Plenty of liquidity to be able to take the market higher and break it through this bear resistance. 2 alarms set, one at 5.16.7 for a potential put, another for 5.17.9 for a potential call. Well, that is all I have for this morning. I thank you. I respect your time. I appreciate you guys for being here. We're now out of that buying algo. We just want to make sure that it's not a fake out to trick and trap bears as has been done previously today, but with a solid continuation. Follow through looking on the 5-minute. I showed you on the 30-minute. On the 5-minute, what that would look like. On the 5-minute chart, that would be a close below that 516.8 area, which was, let me mark that off here. Okay. That will be coming down to this area and closing underneath it, and then having a continuation. Until then, I will stand on the sideline, but this is what it looks like on the 5-minute chart. I showed you what it looked like on the 30-minute chart. Protect yourself at all times. Protect your account. Trade with structure. No such thing as a missed trade. The market would always present opportunities. This is a lot of time left in this 30-minute candle. So the last thing I want to say is it doesn't matter where the market trades. It's all about where it closes. So in the words of Dan the Man, let the market close. Thank you, guys. And you can see right at that same area that I drew, the market is coming here and having a conversation, knowing that above this, that this was that break and retest area. There are a lot of bulls here. Okay, that's going to have to average down. If we're able to successfully get underneath this, these bulls could potentially cover, and we could possibly have a domino effect. We've staggered our way closely here, but until we do, I'm staying away so I don't get trapped. Well, that's all I have, guys, for today. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part. I look forward to being with you guys tomorrow. Same time, same channel, same stock, same eyesight, and looking for potential opportunities, avoiding potential traps. Again, avoiding potential traps. Again, avoiding potential traps. Thank you guys so much. Again, don't be fooled by this. See where the market closes. As I stated, it's still early on that 30-minute candle. So look for a continuation candle. Look for the close, but look for that continuation candle through the 516.5. All right, I hope that helped you guys out. Again, and this is just my opinion, and I cherish everyone here. Well, that's all for today, this morning. Thank you guys for joining. Bye for now.